Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're unpacking a fascinating collection of sources, articles, research, notes, all centered on OnPassive technologies. Our mission: to move beyond, the marketing hype and truly explore their suite of products. We'll delve into their claimed features, assess their usability from the perspective of our sources, obviously.
Yeah. And critically examine the impact they suggest these tools are having.
Exactly. Our sources present this vision where AI, automation, user-friendliness, they're supposed to be at the core of digital transformation, promising to simplify complex tech for everyone.
Which is the pretty bold claim.
It is. So we're going to dive into how these tools are designed to be practical, accessible, and maybe even life-changing, according to the materials we've reviewed.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this with a critical eye.
Yeah. What's particularly interesting when you look at the philosophy on a passive presence is this idea of simplifying tech. So anyone supposedly can benefit, regardless of tech savviness. The sources often call them digital companions, not just tools, designed for effortless success.
Effortless success, okay.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it really speaks to a clear market demand for tech that reduces friction. Does it create it?
Sure.
But the crucial question for us, I think, is how these sources explain OnPassive's approach.
Yeah.
How do they genuinely deliver on such a big promise, especially when so many others claim ease of use?
Good point. So let's start with that big picture then, the integration. Our sources highlight a huge emphasis on this, almost describing it like entering a digital city where every service is connected seamlessly.
Okay, like a unified system.
Yeah, the promise is you will be bouncing between a dozen different apps and logins, which, for anyone who's done that juggling act, sounds pretty appealing.
Exactly. And at the heart of this claimed integration is what they call the OnPassive ecosystem system, OES.
OBS, right.
Think of it as the central nervous system, maybe, the overarching environment trying to tie all these apps together. The assertion is, whether it's finance, marketing, communication, customer relations, everything you need is in one place.
Everything in one place.
Now, while that offers clear benefits, convenience, it also raises important questions. Questions our sources touch upon. How does this unified approach handle risks?
Like security.
Security, definitely, when it's all interconnected. And what about usability for people who need really specialized functions? Does it get too broad?
That's critical. The sources do address this. They claim a focus on zero complexity from the development side.
Zero complexity, okay.
They state every product goes through rigorous testing, so an entrepreneur, a teacher, whoever, can navigate it effortlessly.
Sounds like the dream, doesn't it? For anyone who's wrestled with clunky software.
It really does. But, okay, digging deeper, what specific things do the sources point to? Architecturally, user experience, how do they mitigate the complexity of integrating so much stuff? Avoid feature bloat, for instance.
Well, the sources suggest it's a mix of intuitive interface design and AI automation underneath it.
AI, yeah.
Yeah. So instead of just piling on features, the focus is reportedly on intelligent workflows, guiding the user.
How so?
Like instead of complex menus, the system tries to anticipate your needs, maybe offer relevant options.
Okay, predictive.
Sort of. And from a security angle, the OES is presented as having this unified identity and access management. So one secure login is meant to get you everywhere.
Right, single sign-on.
Exactly, with security protocols designed to cascade across all the connected services. The challenge, of course, a single entry point, while convenient, has to be incredibly robust.
Yeah, one weak link.
Right. They claim this is handled through multi-layered authentication, continuous monitoring, but the sources don't really get into the nitty-gritty, the proprietary specifics of their algorithms, just these general statements.
Okay, so high-level claims on security architecture. Let's move from that overall structure to specifics. Communication tools.
That's so central.
Our sources discuss OConnect, that's the OnPassive video conferencing and collaboration tool. There's a lot of emphasis there. The materials suggest it aims to go way beyond basic video calls. Tries to anticipate common user frustrations. This is where it gets interesting, right? How do they claim to be different?
What's highlighted as particularly fascinating are the AI-driven features, supposedly built right into OConnect.
Such as?
We're talking things like real-time language translation, which, if it actually works well...
That would be huge for global teams.
Absolutely. Or noise cancellation that actively removes distractions, a common headache in remote work.
Tell me about it.
Sources also mention smart scheduling features, and the platform is said to auto-adjust to your network.
Oh, that's interesting, to prevent choppy video.
That's the goal, aiming to remove those frustrations. Frozen screens, bad audio, notorious issues.
Definitely, and security.
Consistently highlighted, end-to-end encrypted, designed for total privacy. Crucial for businesses, obviously, handling sensitive data. But, for a listener really digging in, the key would be understanding how the sources detail this encryption. Is it client-side? What protocols? That level of detail often separates marketing from reality.
True. So OConnect is one piece. Then we have OPAL and OChat, two other communication tools described as changing digital communication. OPAL is presented like a supercharged messaging app, kind of like WhatsApp, with more AI, supposedly, and a broader feature set.
So text, voice, video.
Text, voice, video, yeah, and even business transactions, apparently. What really stands out in the sources is its direct link to OWallet.
Ah, the financial tool.
Right, allowing you to chat and send money instantly without switching apps.
Okay, that integration sounds very convenient if it works smoothly. Blurring the lines between chat and commerce.
Seems like it.
And OChat takes a different angle. It positions itself as a virtual AI-powered customer support tool.
Like a chatbot.
Sort of, but the claim is it understands and resolves customer issues automatically. The vision is reducing support ticket backlogs. Let the AI handle initial queries, free up humans for complex stuff. And again, security is a major theme, described as baked in across these tools. Trying to prevent leaks, data breaches. Big concerns today.
For sure.
The sources don't detail the specific AI models, but the implication is, sophisticated NLP for OChat, robust authentication for OPAL's money side.
Okay, so communication covered. Let's shift to commerce. OWallet. Our sources describe this as a potential game changer in digital finance. The claim is it's not just payments, it's a complete financial management system, more than just sending cash.
Indeed. The sources assert OWallet lets users send, receive, manage money globally, built-in multi-currency support, trying to simplify international transactions.
It can be a nightmare.
Exactly. The emphasis is on simplicity. You don't need to be a banker, supposedly, and commission withdrawals are instant and secure.
Instant withdrawals, okay.
It's designed to give people more freedom over their money, maybe less reliance on traditional banks, high fees.
Right, but a deeper dive would ask, how do the sources address the complexities? International regulations. That often trips up effortless global payments.
That's a very good question. Do they mention specific partnerships? Compliance frameworks that allow this claimed universality. That detail isn't always clear in the sources we reviewed.
Okay, and security around OWallet has to be paramount.
Absolutely critical.
Which brings us to OVerify. Sources call it OnPassive's advanced OKYC system. OnPassive, know your customer.
OKYC, right. In an age of rampant digital fraud, you need robust verification.
Definitely. How do the sources explain its capabilities?
OVerify is presented as crucial, ensuring every user, transaction, and access point is authenticated in real time.
Real-time authentication.
Yeah, and it reportedly integrates with all other OnPassive products. So whether you log into OConnect, OWallet, OShop, you're protected by this central system.
A single security layer across the board.
Yeah, that's the vision. Security isn't an afterthought. It's built in to prevent threats before they happen. They even describe it as potentially safer than many traditional banking apps.
Wow, that's a strong claim.
It is. And for the informed listener, the key would be understanding how. How is this real-time authentication and proactive prevention achieved? Biometrics, multi-factor, behavioral analytics. Without specifics from the sources, it remains a powerful assertion needing more technical backing compared to established KYC solutions.
Right, the how is crucial. Okay, let's switch gears to businesses, entrepreneurs, small businesses. OShop is the e-commerce platform. Sources claim anyone can set up an online store in minutes. That ease of entry, that's a huge draw.
For sure, especially for new businesses trying to get online fast.
But how does it manage that speed and simplicity, especially for non-technical folks?
It's described as plug and play, with AI assisting you to design, stock, and even price products.
AI designing the store.
The AI is presented like a personal assistant, guiding you through setup, even with zero e-commerce experience.
Interesting.
Inventory management, customer engagement, marketing, reportedly automated, aiming to empower small businesses to compete globally without needing a big budget or a tech team.
Okay.
The insight there is, if it holds true, it could seriously lower the barrier to entry for micro-entrepreneurs. But, the sophistication of the AI for tasks like pricing products, that's key. Is it dynamic pricing, competitor analysis, or just basic recommendations? The sources mostly suggest it's about streamlining operations, not complex strategy.
Got it. Then there's Audit and OPeer, more tools to streamline work. Audit is AI-powered content creation and editing.
Right, a smart studio.
A smart studio, yeah, where you can edit videos, images, marketing stuff effortlessly, saving time, maybe skipping expensive designers.
That could be a game changer if it works as claimed, for anyone trying to create pro-looking content on a budget.
Definitely.
Audit's promise is significant. Sources suggest it uses AI to automate complex editing tasks, offers templates, smart suggestions for visuals, maybe helps with copywriting too.
Democratizing content creation.
That's the idea. OPeer, though, focuses on collaboration, bringing teams together in a virtual space, like a digital office.
So project tracking, shared workspaces.
Exactly. Productivity tools. The goal is centralizing teamwork, keeping everyone aligned, productive, no matter where they are, tackling that fragmentation you see in distributed teams.
Makes sense. And finally, virtual. This one's about securing network access.
Crucial today, especially with remote work and cyber threats constantly evolving.
So how is it presented?
As acting like a digital fortress, verifying every login attempt, shielding systems from unauthorized access.
Okay.
Particularly relevant for organizations with remote teams, ensuring only verified users access sensitive systems, offering 247 protection against hacking.
Sounds like more than just a standard VPN.
The sources suggest that, that it goes beyond traditional VPNs, offering a more intelligent, adaptive security layer around the network perimeter. But again, for a deep dive, you'd want more on the verification methods, the shielding systems, is it zero trust architecture, advanced intrusion detection, proprietary stuff. The sources lean towards this theme of proactive integrated security across the whole ecosystem.
Right. Proactive and integrated seem to be the keywords across the board.
Definitely.
So, okay, we've journeyed through quite a few. OConnect, OWallet, OVerify, OShop, OPal, OChat, OVirtual, Audit, OPeer. That's a lot of O's.
It is.
The core message from our sources seems clear. These products aim to transform how we work, communicate, do business by making tech super usable, highly integrated, and robustly secure. The ambition is certainly impressive.
And that ambition, as the sources put it, is about leveling the playing field, ensuring technology empowers people, doesn't intimidate them.
Right.
The consistent highlight is that seamless integration, striving for a unified experience that's accessible to everyone, from seasoned entrepreneurs to people just starting online.
Yeah.
The challenge, of course, for any company making such broad claims is always in the execution. Across such a wide range of apps and different user needs, the sources present a compelling vision, though, of what could be possible if it all comes together.
Indeed. The future, as envisioned and presented by OnPassive in our sources, it seems to be one where tech isn't just advanced, but also intuitively simple, integrated, deeply secure. But this brings up a final thought for you, our listener. If technology truly becomes this effortless, this digital companion, what new skills then become most valuable? For individuals, for businesses?
That's a great question.
Will it free us up to be more creative, more strategic? Or does it create new kinds of dependencies? And how might our relationship, our sort of critical relationship with these tools, need to evolve when they promise to do so much for us?
Something to definitely ponder.
Yeah, something to ponder as the digital world keeps transforming.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. So there's been quite a bit of chatter recently, hasn't there? A real buzz, maybe something you've heard about too, this intense speculation that OnPassive might be planning a big launch event.
Right, this September 2025 timeframe.
Exactly, September 2025. It's popping up everywhere, community forums, social media. It feels like a pretty widespread claim, and honestly, it's something we felt we had to investigate.
Absolutely. And, for good reason. Our goal today, our mission really, is to cut through all that noise.
Yeah.
To check the receipts, as we like to say.
Hi, yes.
And figure out what's actually fact and what's just, fiction regarding this supposed September 2025 launch.
Yeah.
You deserve clear, verified info, not just rumors.
And let's just get right to it. Our main finding, right up front, based on everything we've checked up to today, September 7th, 2025. There is no official September 2025 launch announcement from OnPassive, period.
That's the bottom line.
That's the takeaway. So now let's unpack how we got there, and maybe more importantly, what the official records do actually tell us.
Yeah, Because there is information out there. We're looking at quite a mix of sources for this deep dive.
Yeah.
Everything from, official regulatory stuff like the SEC litigation release.
Right, the legal document.
To the company's own history pages. And yeah, even some of that very enthusiastic fan content that's floating around.
Okay.
We want to walk you through how we verified things, show you how you can kind of separate the real signal from all the noise out there.
Okay, sounds good. Let's unpack this and really get to the bottom of what's happening. But maybe first things first. With so much stuff online, how do we even know what to trust?
That's a great question.
Where do you even start trying to figure out what's credible?
Yeah, it's fundamental, right? For anyone trying to stay informed, you really need a kind of hierarchy of credible sources.
Hierarchy.
At the very top, official company press releases or direct announcements on their verified corporate website.
Straight from the horse's mouth, basically.
Exactly. Direct statements, often legally reviewed, can't get more official than that.
Makes sense. What's next?
Next up are regulatory filings. Think SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission here in the U.S.
Right.
These are legally binding public documents. They're carefully checked. They give you a really undeniable, objective look at a company's activities, their finances, their legal standing. Gold standard stuff for accuracy.
Okay, so official site, then legal filings. What else?
Then you look at major news outlets, the ones with strong, established editorial standards.
Like big names?
Yeah, think Reuters, AP, reputable business journals, places that have professional journalists, fact-checkers.
Got it.
And finally, company-verified social media accounts. And I really stress verified.
Little blue check mark.
Exactly. That means it's actually the company talking, not just some random account with a similar name.
Okay, that hierarchy is clear. Official site, regulatory filings, major news, verified social media.
But what about those really dedicated fan communities?
Yeah. The people who are super passionate, really following every move, sometimes it feels like they get wind of things early. Is there ever anything to that? Or is it always just speculation for big news, like a launch?
That's a really fair point, and it touches on that whole anticipation thing, the community buzz.
Yeah.
And look, their enthusiasm can be great, and they might share interesting thoughts or even, educated guesses.
Sure.
But they aren't official spokespeople. They don't have some secret back channel to get corporate announcements before anyone else.
Right.
And their posts don't go through the same legal or editorial checks as official stuff.
Yeah.
So while their chats can be interesting, when it comes down to verified company news, you have to treat their content as opinion or maybe aspiration or just speculation.
Not a fact.
Definitely not confirmed fact. They just don't meet that official source bar.
That distinction is so, so important. Okay, so knowing that framework, let's talk about how we actually searched for this September 2025 launch news. We wanted a process that, you listening could follow too.
Right? A replicable path. Our search was pretty deliberate, pretty thorough.
Okay.
We started right at the source, OnPassive's official website, dug into their newsroom, press release section about us, looking for any recent posts or updates.
Makes sense.
Then we moved to their verified social media channels, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, looking for any consistent messages about a September launch.
Did you look beyond their own channels?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
We expanded out to the major press wire services, AP, PR, Newswire, Business Wire.
The places companies use to get big news out.
Exactly. That's where they push significant market-moving news out to the press and the public.
Okay, so you did a pretty wide search. Official site, verified social, press wires. What did you actually find? Anything about September 2025 on those official channels?
Here's a crucial finding. Across every single one of those credible official places, nothing.
Nothing.
A really consistent, notable absence. No official news post, no press release naming a September 2025 launch, no verified social media update confirming it. If an event that big, something so company-defining was really happening, you would absolutely find it announced there, loudly, with details.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Its absence really speaks volumes.
Okay, so if there's no launch announcement,
Yeah.
what do the official records say about OnPassive around this time? Because you said there was official information.
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting and, frankly, quite important.
Okay.
The only major official update we found close to this September 2025 timeframe is actually a legal one.
Legal, not product related.
Not at all. It's the SEC final judgment against Mr. Mufara and OnPassive LLC.
The SEC judgment, when was that?
It was issued August 14th and 15th, 2025, just before this supposed September timeframe. And it's not a small thing.
What did it involve?
It involves significant legal remedies, serious consequences for how the company can operate going forward, and direct impacts on its leadership.
Like what?
Things like an officer and director bar, which can legally stop key people from leading other public companies, plus significant financial penalties.
Wow, okay. That sounds substantial.
Yeah.
So for you listening, if you're hearing launch buzz, but the only official news is this major legal judgment,
Yeah.
how do those two things fit together? Or do they?
Well, they are very distinct things. A legal resolution like this SEC judgment deals with past actions, right? It sets accountability.
Okay.
And often it imposes future limits or changes on how a company does business. It's about fixing past issues, setting new rules.
Right, dealing with the past.
It absolutely does not signal new product rollouts or big commercial launches or expansion plans.
If anything, maybe the opposite.
It certainly can impact those things significantly. Think about the internal focus, the legal costs, the potential hit to investor confidence.
Yeah.
All that energy and resources are tied up dealing with a major legal issue like this. That's often energy not spent preparing for a complex, expensive product launch.
That makes a lot of sense. It's crucial to understand that difference, especially when you're trying to figure out what a company might do next.
Exactly. Context is everything.
Okay, so we know the official records point to the SEC judgment, not a launch. But many of you listening might still be seeing other stuff. Let's talk about that community chatter. We've definitely seen examples, like I saw a Facebook fan video, someone saying really confidently, September 2025, there will be big fish.
Right. Vague but confident.
Very. Or, various YouTube videos from community members suggesting September updates, maybe even a relaunch. It's hard to just ignore that stuff sometimes.
It is hard to ignore, and this is precisely where your critical thinking has to kick in hard.
Okay.
We really have to repeat, maybe even hammer this home. These are not official corporate announcements.
Even if they sound convincing.
Even then, that Facebook video is one person's prediction, their interpretation, maybe just pure hope.
Right.
The YouTube videos, same thing. They show the creators' hopes,
Yeah.
maybe their theories, maybe even some guesses based on small clues they think they see. But it's not verified info from the company.
So how should you handle that when you see it?
You need to apply what we call the stress test. Always, always ask, where's the primary source?
The official source we talked about earlier.
Exactly. Is there a link to an official press release? An announcement on the verified company website? If there isn't one, if it's just someone talking about it, you have to label it.
Label it what?
Rumor, speculation, wishful thinking, whatever you want to call it, but not fact. Doesn't matter how excited or sure the person sounds.
It's easy to get caught up, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember once, years ago, falling for a very convincing leak on some forum. Sounded totally legit, turned out to be completely made up. Just wishful thinking by someone. That lesson really stuck with me.
Yeah.
No primary source, no credibility, period.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how exciting it sounds.
That's a really good personal example, a powerful reminder for all of us, myself included. It is easy to get swept up. Okay, so let's quickly ground this alleged September 2025 launch in what we do know for sure about OnPassive's history, the verifiable stuff.
Good idea.
Yeah.
A quick factual timeline helps. So OnPassive was founded back in 2018. Then jumped to 2022. We saw them open their Dubai HQ, and they launched Obless.
Right, I remember that.
Moving to 2023, that's when the SEC filed its complaint against the company.
Okay.
And then, as we just discussed in detail, August 2025 brings that SEC final judgment.
So, 2018 founding, 2022 Dubai and Obless, 2023 SEC complaint, 2025 SEC judgment.
That's the verifiable sequence based on records.
And you can see pretty clearly there that rumored September 2025 launch just isn't on the list.
It's conspicuously absent.
It falls right into that rumor zone we talked about, standing out against the backdrop of actual documented events. Really drives home why sticking to facts is so important.
Precisely. It maps reality against, well, speculation.
Yeah. And this leads perfectly into something really practical for you listening, because even if you follow a topic closely, it's easy to get confused by all the online noise. So let's give you a tool, a framework to help sharpen your critical thinking. We call it the VIP test. It's designed to help you quickly evaluate information, especially the kind of stuff we've been discussing.
Yeah, the VIP test is just a quick mental checklist you can run through. V is for verification.
Verification.
Ask yourself, is there a primary link? Can you cross-reference this claim with an official source? Is there a direct, unedited source document or announcement you can look at yourself.
So for the September launch claim.
Exactly. Where's the official press release on passive.com news? If you can't find that direct source, that primary evidence, it fails the V right away.
Okay, that's clear. What's the I?
I is for impartiality. Does the source, the publisher, the creator have established editorial standards? Is the information presented fairly, or does it feel like it's pushing a specific agenda? Is it balanced?
How does that apply to fan content?
Well, think about a fan video. It's usually made with a lot of passion, right? Often from a place of strong personal belief in the company.
Sure.
That inherently makes it less impartial than, say, a formal corporate press release or a report from an independent news organization that has editors and fact-checkers.
Okay, so verification, impartiality. What's the P?
P is for provenance. Basically, where did this information come from? Who is the author? Who owns the account? Are they officially tied to the company in any way?
So their authority, basically.
Exactly. Do they have a track record of being accurate?
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at a claim about a huge company update, and the source is just an individual YouTube channel or someone on a forum,
Yeah.
it simply doesn't have the same provenance, the same authority as an official statement from the company itself. It's not about attacking the individual, but understanding their position and whether they're actually authorized to speak for the company.
Got it. So this VIP test verification, impartiality, provenance helps us understand why even those really enthusiastic fan channels, while maybe great for community spirit, they just aren't authoritative sources for official company news.
Precisely. It puts the information through a filter. Fan content might score high on enthusiasm, maybe community building,
Right.
but it often falls short on V, no primary link.
Yeah.
I often bias towards wanting success. And P, not an official representative.
Okay.
Doesn't mean there's no value in your discussions, but you absolutely need to adjust your expectations about how factually accurate it is.
That's a really useful framework. Okay, so we've spent a lot of time talking about what isn't an official launch and what isn't a credible source. Let's flip that around for a second.
Right.
Hypothetically, what would a real launch announcement look like? If OnPassive, or any company like it, were actually launching something major, what should you expect to see?
That's a great question for setting expectations. A legitimate, major product launch announcement would have some very specific, verifiable signs.
Like what?
First, you'd almost certainly see a clearly dated press release, published on the official company domain, like we said, on passive.com, news, or similar, not just a blog post somewhere random.
Official website, dated release. Got it.
Then, that same announcement would be consistently shared across their verified corporate social media channels, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. Ensures it gets out widely, legitimately.
Okay, consistent messaging.
You might also see new regulatory filings depending on the product or service. Maybe announcements from key partners involved in the launch.
And for software?
Yeah, if it's software, especially an app, you'd expect to see it actually become available, like going live in the app stores or becoming accessible on the company's official platform. You could actually see and maybe even use the thing.
What about outside confirmation? Would other people be talking about it?
Oh, absolutely. That's a key piece. You would almost certainly see coverage start to appear from credible, independent press outlets.
So, news articles?
Yes, journalists reporting on the launch. They'd likely have received an official statement or press kit. Their reporting would usually offer some objective context or analysis, not just repeat a rumor they saw online.
Right.
It's that whole ecosystem. The official announcement, the cross-posting, maybe partner involvement, the actual product availability, and the independent media coverage that signals a real, legitimate launch.
That paints a very clear picture of what real looks like. So wrapping this all together, what does this mean for you listening right now, trying to make sense of all this?
It means you have the tools now. You have the power to be much more discerning, much more empowered when you consume information.
You have a roadmap.
Exactly. A roadmap to check things for yourself.
Okay, so let's recap our deep dive today. The main finding is pretty clear, isn't it?
Crystal clear.
As at our sources, right now, September 7th, 2025, there is zero official confirmation of an OnPassive September 2025 launch.
Correct. What is confirmed, what is documented in official records, is that August 2025 SEC final judgment against Mufare and OnPassive LLC, a very significant legal event.
So let's give you some actionable steps. What can you do moving forward?
Okay, a quick checklist for you. First, maybe bookmark that SEC litigation release, the one about SEC v. Mufare and OnPassive LLC, dated August 15th, 2025.
Why?
It gives you accurate, official context on the company's legal situation, straight from a primary source, no guessing involved.
Good point. Okay, step 1, check the SEC release. Step 2.
Step 2, keep an eye on OnPassive's official website, specifically their news or press release pages. Look for dated press releases. That's your potential source.